folks, and welcome back to the channel. So there's a lot of, I find it very, very funny how something happens and instantly I know what the move's going to be. It's it's always, oh, they're shutting down, so we're starting up, and oh, look, they're going. You know, you're not quite that stable as you thought you was, and it's hilarious to watch these people figure out how they can best weaponize something like this. So I'm here to explain to everybody how this is actually a really good thing. Now, if we bastardize this, remove all of the gobbledygook, and try to summarize it as best as we can, we've just been given a swapping system which could be altered into a DEX quite easily for free. It's been given to the blockchain for free. So something to take note of right now is this changes absolutely nothing with the stability of swaps. Swapping is still available. Okay, and this is just a sunset of their UI specifically at this address. Now, something that's made quite clear in here is we're giving it to the community. And I've seen the response in the comments of, oh, it's broken. Well, yeah, of course it's broken. You've done an update again, and you've expected them to up. It's just not happening anymore. There's no money involved in this blockchain for a big player like this to keep the system updated and keep dedicating time to it. It's just not happening. And there's always wolves underneath people like this ready to weaponize things and use it to their advantage. And for us as a community, what you're not being told is that, hey, TerraSwap still works. It's still available, and it even provides better swapping ratios, and it's better as a whole. Ultimately, the system is there. What you'll never see, right, is somebody build something to just integrate it in to Station. We just don't see those things. It's always someone trying to create their own blockchain or their own all nodes. Something that's become quite apparent to me is certain people are building towards this. They've got the infrastructure, they've harnessed the liquidity that's given to them by the LUNC community to develop their own systems, right? And this is all about power of control, and that's winning for them, is control over whatever they can get their paws on. And ultimately, what none of these people are telling you is the system is stable. We have a swapping feature, and this is even better now because someone like me, someone like Strafe can take this and we can actually utilize it, and we can spin it up and deploy it anywhere right now. It's not complex to host a front end for something like this. And the funniest thing is they're leaving a system that's broken, right? So all that actually needs to happen is someone to figure out what this update broke, okay, and then put in a PR, get it merged, bish bash bosh, cross the T's, dot the I's, and you've got a working Astroport again. It's not complicated stuff. This whole idea of, oh, you know, they're leaving us and all of this, it's not that they're leaving. It's not that. What it is, right, is that these are businesses. These are multi-million-dollar businesses a lot of the time. Some of them are upwards of billions. If you look at someone like KuCoin, everything is money. Now, I see a lot of hatred quite recently, even Tobias saying, you know, about YouTubers. Oh, YouTubers talking about LUNC again. Well, yes, that's what YouTubers do. They talk about things, right? If we're going to get upset because a YouTuber's all of a sudden decided to do a video on LUNC, then we've got the wrong attitude walking forward into things. What we don't like is this sort of like $1 kind of theory-fueled stuff, which brings in bad investors, in my opinion. But ultimately, we need people talking about it. We shouldn't shun people just simply for the fact that they're speaking about LUNC. These are the people that bring holders in, bring delegates. They show people about this amazing crypto they found. So if we are going to be upset with things like that, but quite happy to just pummel the system, pillage it, take what we want, pay chumps, paychecks, then everything's starting to become a bit more like backwards land, right? So for me, this is actually a really good thing, right? Nothing changes. The system is still stable. If you go on your mobile app and you want to swap coins, all you need to do is choose the coins you want to swap, and the 3 markets will be shown at the top. Market, TerraSwap, Astroport. For Astroport to become fixed, it's going to be a simple situation. But guess what? Right? Instead of someone going, I'll fix this and I'll fix it for the blockchain, they've taken these technologies, right? And they've incorporated them into their own networks, their own blockchains, their own technology, not us, right? None of the liquidity goes through the blockchain. None of it goes towards anything. The community pools don't get jack diddly. And it's all just not for the system. And ultimately, we're not at a point where the system can make everybody benefit. We need to build the system. We need to make it flourish. We need to bring the sentiment. We need to bring the people. And we need to make this thing boom so it can start rubbing everybody else's backs instead of just this take relationship. And that's why I've been saying to people, and I've seen in the comments of the previous video, like, is LUNC dead? Well, no, but it's dying, right? We're still here. We're still building. My projects are still here. Everything's still as it is. But the biggest difference is the people that should be putting towards things and giving to this blockchain are simply not doing that. And Astroport has shown once again how greedy these people are. Who have you seen make the very simple fix? If I was a coder, and that's what I did specifically, and I did L1 and L2 development work, and I was the person I still am now, I would have fixed this for the blockchain. I would have got it back on board. I would have gone to Astroport. I would have said to Astroport, why are you leaving? How can we fix this? Instead, we don't have that. Because all we do is pay technical developers, right, that think YouTubers are bad for business. Right? And that's the issue with someone who is a developer that sees things in numbers. They don't have that human connection. They don't understand the connection that's created with a crypto. You know, people don't get involved with the cryptocurrency because it looks good, or it's all about the feel. It's the vibe. It's the way it's being portrayed to you. It's the idea of what it could be or what it is. And a lot of people got involved in Lunar Classic because of the simple fact it was a community run coin, but it's not anymore. It's run by these developers. It's run by people like Hexagon who are allowed to barter deals behind closed doors, go completely underneath governance and get away with it each and every time and act as if they're saviors. This whole idea of hiring a YouTuber as your market PR person, I get it. I totally get it. I get what they're building. I get they want to be like All Nodes. I get it. But what I don't get is the fact that this chain is paying for it, that we're paying for it. We're paying for their staff. We're paying for everything. But All Nodes are here providing possibly, I think it's like upwards of a 10-man team. Consistent endpoints, always there, archive nodes, and their archive nodes are actually run a lot better. The way they do things is very, very smart in comparison. It's more efficient and it's free, and it just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever the way this blockchain's run. It needs completely scrubbing from the top to the bottom, and you just need to get that real good core team in. 2 L1s, 3 L2s, and a project manager moving forward. LUNC needs to go for a stabilization plan, similar to what you would go through if you broke a bone or something like that. You would go through a stabilization plan. What I see LUNC as currently is like a mall. And I think a lot of people who live in the United States will get this. The era of great malls, and they go through that decline. And what you end up with is those stone cold, die-hard shops that will just not leave. They just won't. Whereas all the smart businesses that they raise the emotion and they just go. Right? It's not making us enough money. We're gone. And LUNC is like a mall going through this phase of people just leaving, entities leaving, businesses leaving, because it's gotten that bad, and nobody ever brings any of this to attention. You know, you would just be told, oh, just wait another 3 months, or we're going to build stuff again, you know, after a year and 5 months of being told the same thing over and over again. That's what they'll tell you. Oh no, everything's going fine. Everything's okay. Oh, Astroport leaving. No, don't worry about it. You know, none of these people care, because what they want is this chain to die. They want their sectors to thrive. right? So they can harness what remains of the LUNC community to move forward and create their own vision, their own coin. A lot of people don't like governance. And this is why it's easier for them to barter deals behind closed doors and just hope and pray that they get away with it. And ultimately they do. And this is why the payments have to stop. This is why payments have to go on a milestone system, and everything should be monthly moving forward, period. But as for Astroport, this isn't a bad thing. This is a good thing. This does not change the free stability of this blockchain. If we are not to pay any of the developers, if we're not to pay for any other endpoints, it doesn't matter. Right? The chain will be in a better place. It will have more money. We will have power again to hold people accountable, because guess what? There is no more funds coming for them. Right? There is no leverage they have over us. At that point, right, everything gets put on hold and the chain gets to breathe for at least a week. Before it starts handing out a load of money again. We need this breather. As a community, we need it. Everything moves far too fast. We get little to no say, and nothing ever works out. The fact Astroport has not been addressed is a joke, and the only way that it has been addressed is people saying, oh, we're just, we're building our own systems and that. There will be no LUNC chain if these people continue to do what they do, if they continue to get funded and they continue to go the way that they go about things, playing ignorance, acting as if everything's okay. It's not washing anymore. I hope the LUNC community is ready, because it's the 21st today. The spend proposals normally go out on the 26th of each month. So that means we've got 4 to 5 days, possibly 6 days at most, before those proposals go up. This is a very pivotal moment for us as a community. So for those worrying about Astroport, don't worry about it. It's only the UI at this site that's being impacted. TerraSwap still works. The swapping system still works. The endpoints are still there. The wallet system is still there. If you look into documentation for Alliance and the new Alliance mobile app, from what we can tell, from what we know, we will always have the Legacy Station mobile app. It will always be there. If we can get together as a collective, as a community, and as a team and show TFL we can behave, we'll get our PRs merged. If we make the effort to become part of their sector and show that we are a sister chain and, hey, we are worth something and, hey, we can self-regulate, we will get somewhere, right? We've been blessed with these free things for a reason, and we need to wake up and we need to utilize those to the best of our benefits. The chain cannot survive unless we begin to build up a very, very substantial community pool, Oracle rewards pool moving forward. It's the same as you with your day-to-day life. If your bank starts to run dry, you can't go to work, you can't go and earn more money. And that's where we are as a blockchain. Stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. Let me know what you're drinking, and I'll catch you in the next one.